This paper was written by Einstein about 95 years ago. In 2017, it was sold at auction for around $1.6 million. On it, Einstein wrote his secret to a happy life. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. Why did he say that a quiet and simple life is happier? And why is it that even when we reach our goals, it doesn't always bring us happiness? Most people live their lives feeling unsatisfied with who they are right now. We often think things like, if I just make a little more money, I'll finally be happy. If I look a bit prettier or become a little more famous, then I'll truly be happy. But here's something interesting. The person you are today has already achieved countless things that your past self once desperately wished for. Think about it. As a child, you wanted to grow up. As a student, you wanted a job. You wanted certain shoes, clothes, or a phone. And now you probably have them. But are you really happier now than you were back then? If you compare your level of happiness then and now, it's probably about the same. In fact, many people even say, those were the good old days. This happens because of the nature of the ego. The ego survives by creating a sense of lack. No matter what we gain, it quickly turns its value to zero. The joy of buying new sneakers fades in a few days, and the thrill of a promotion disappears in a few weeks. The ego always tries to keep us feeling incomplete. When we gain one, it creates negative one. When we gain 100, it creates negative 100. So in the end, our emotional balance always returns to zero, leaving us feeling that something is still missing. Because of this, people spend their entire lives chasing the next goal. When they make money, they want more money. When they find love, they want greater love. When they gain recognition, they want more fame. But in this endless pursuit, there are only brief moments of pleasure, never true happiness. As long as we keep looking for happiness outside of ourselves, we will never feel truly satisfied. Happiness, by its very nature, is not something external. We believe that money, fame, or love contain happiness, but that's an illusion. Happiness is only a temporary feeling created when we give meaning to those things. So when we finally get the money, the car, or the person we love, the joy we feel doesn't actually come from them. It comes from our belief that having them will make us happy, a belief that briefly becomes real. The happiness isn't inside the luxury watch itself. It's inside the meaning our mind gave to it, and once that meaning fades, so does the happiness, even though the watch remains. That's why humans keep setting new goals and chasing new conditions, trapped in an endless cycle of lack. In the end, the essence of happiness lies not in reality itself, but in how we see reality through our mind. We mistake happiness for something to be obtained, but in truth, happiness is something to be realized. We often think like this: happiness comes after success, but does it really?
What if you had it all, with nobody to call? Maybe then you know me.
The person you are today is actually one of the versions your past self once dreamed of becoming. The teenager who wanted to grow up would have admired the adult you are now. The version of you who wished to earn their own money or have their own car, that wish has already come true. And yet, why do we still feel that something is missing? What we usually call happy moments. Passing an exam, getting a job, falling in love, getting a promotion, are not true happiness. They're closer to pleasure. That short thrill we feel when we finally get something we didn't have before. But that pleasure never lasts, because it's born from acquiring what was once missing. The moment we own it, it's no longer something new or rare, so its emotional value fades. Imagine people stranded on a deserted island who drink seawater to quench their thirst. It might feel like the problem is solved for a moment, but the more they drink, the thirstier they become. This is exactly what Buddha realized about human suffering. We believe that by having more money, more success, more love, our problems will disappear. But in truth, the more we try to fill the emptiness through possession, the deeper that emptiness grows. In Buddha's eyes, we're like people endlessly drinking seawater, trying to satisfy a thirst that can never be quenched that way. So naturally, this leads us to an important question. If happiness doesn't come from owning or achieving things, then what is happiness? Of course, everyone might define it differently, but I see happiness as something found within ordinary life itself. Let me explain. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, go to work, eat dinner, watch YouTube, and go to bed. You're not living in a big house, not driving a luxury car, not getting a raise, not winning the lottery, just living an ordinary, simple day. But this ordinary routine isn't unhappiness. In fact, I believe this everyday life is happiness itself. We've all had moments like this, when we were living our normal, uneventful days, and then something unexpected happened. An accident, a financial loss, an injury, or a painful breakup. Only then did we realize that boring, ordinary life I took for granted was actually the happiest and most peaceful time. Exactly. Happiness is like air. It's always around us, every single moment, but we rarely notice it. Only when we feel like we're drowning do we realize, how precious it was just to breathe freely. In the same way, what seems like a dull, repetitive, even slightly annoying day is often, in truth, the most precious and happy time of all. Looking for a way to be happy is like trying to find air. It's always right beside us. Yet we search for it outside the universe, not realizing it was here all along. So the right attitude isn't to chase a secret formula for happiness, nor to struggle endlessly to gain something new. It's simply to realize that this ordinary life, sometimes annoying, sometimes boring, but always ours, is happiness itself. I've met many people who remind me of this truth. Someone who dreamed of becoming a doctor finally achieved it, but then became so busy earning money that they felt empty, realizing they had no time to actually enjoy what they'd gained. Another person once longed to escape unemployment and become rich, and 5 years later, they did. They became a famous self-made millionaire. But soon after, their growing greed led to a financial crisis and deep pain. A parent once told me they desperately wanted a child. But after having one, they found the exhaustion overwhelming and started missing the freedom they had before. And some people who once wished to be famous now dream of returning to anonymity, tired of stalkers, scammers, and the loss of peace that fame brought. All these are real stories from people who have reached out to me over the years. Each one shows the same truth. The more we chase happiness as something to be found, the further we drift from the quiet, steady happiness that was already within the life we were living. You are reality itself, and reality is you. Happiness or unhappiness doesn't come from external conditions. It's not that certain things make you happy or others make you unhappy. Rather, you yourself are either happiness or lack. If you are happiness, you'll see joy even in quiet, ordinary days. But if you are lack, you'll still feel empty even while living in a big house and driving a nice car. Tomorrow, you'll probably go to the same job, drink your morning coffee, do your usual tasks, and come home tired to eat dinner and rest. But all of that, this normal routine, is simply another face of happiness. If you made it through today safely, life has already given you an incredible gift. We often mistake happiness for something extraordinary. But true happiness blooms from the ability to see the extraordinary within the ordinary. Those who search for happiness far away will always feel hungry inside. But those who can see happiness in everyday life will live in lasting fullness. Just as we don't realize the value of air until we're drowning, we often fail to see that our ordinary, everyday life is already a miracle. Your job and salary may not make you millions, but they're enough to let you live and eat without worry. Your home may not be a $30 million mansion, but it's warm and comforting in a way no luxury ever could be. Your car may not be a Lamborghini, but it takes you anywhere you wish to go. And your partner or family, they may not be perfect, but they love you and you love them, and that's something priceless. When you truly realize how precious these things are, you'll no longer search for happiness, because you'll see that you've been the happiness itself, shining all along.